And I work here at Tracy Aviary as an education intern. Today we're going to be talking about some fun birds we have here at the aviary and the eggs that they lay. Eggs can be very different depending on their habitat, which is where they live, or how long the mother will incubate them, or the father, depending on the species. So we're going to be talking about different shapes, different colors, and how those all help the individual egg stay strong and grow.
Hi, my name is Nick. I work here at the aviary, and today we're going to be talking about our sandhill cranes, as well as some of their breeding habits and some of the characteristics about their eggs. So sandhill cranes can be seen here in Salt Lake City sometime in the springtime when they do their mating. So a really special thing about sandhill cranes is they do a really special mating dance for courtship before they hatch their eggs. So you can see on one of our exhibits here that the sandhill cranes will do a dance where they jump up and down on their legs. Sometimes they'll even throw sticks up in the air, and they'll even take clay and paint themselves using leaves or sticks, anything like that. So here at the aviary, we actually give the sandhill cranes some clay of their own to be able to paint themselves and practice their courtship while they're here. So we have one of their eggs that we can show you. So this right here is an example of one of the sandhill crane eggs. Do you notice anything about the egg? So it has some very interesting colors. We see some light brown and we see some dark brown splotches in between, and the reason for this coloration is to help the eggs camouflage in their natural habitat of wetlands. So here in Utah at the Great Salt Lake, they will build their nests out of twigs, and a lot of the time they'll build their nests on the shoreline. So they'll set their eggs down, and they like to camouflage them and protect them from predators. And a really interesting thing about the eggs is their shape. Do you notice anything special about their shape? So a lot of the eggs that we see are very circular. This one is a little bit bigger and oval shaped, and scientists now believe that the reason for this shape is so that the birds can fly more efficiently with their eggs, because birds want to be as light as possible and as aerodynamic as possible to fly faster and more efficiently. So you can see that it has some aerodynamic properties, and the air will pass by the egg a little bit better for the sandhill cranes to fly.
Hey y'all, we're in front of the black-necked swans now, which are some of my favorite birds. Black-necked swans are pretty fascinating because they actually mate for life. Once they become fully mature at about age 2, they start to look for their mate, and once they find them, they stay with them for the rest of their lives. Males and females will actually help to build the nest out of vegetation, sticks, twigs, anything nearby, usually on top of a vegetation mound by the water that they live in, the lake bed or the stream. Sometimes even on top of a beaver dam. So this here is a black-necked swan's egg. Something really cool about it is that the female, or while the female is the only one to incubate the eggs, the male will come and bring her food while she sits there. But once the babies are born, the males help take care of them as well. They'll even sometimes carry around the babies on their backs. These eggs are a little bit different in that they are the largest egg of any flying bird.
And today we're going to be talking about our southern ground hornbills. You can see one of our females here, Elle, making some noise this morning. These birds are indigenous to sub-Saharan Africa, and they're very interesting birds, very intelligent, and they have one of the slowest reproductive timelines in the animal kingdom. They only raise a chick once every 9 years. So They live in groups of 2 to 11, and usually they'll have two, a male and a female, that do the hatching, and then they have the rest of the group. The males will usually help the chicks to survive by defending the group, as well as fending off any predators. So when they have their eggs, they like to hatch them high up in tree hollows. So we actually have one of the eggs here today that we can show you. So this is one of the southern ground hornbill eggs. Do you notice anything about the shape or the color of this egg? So you can see that this egg kind of looks like a chicken egg. It's purely white, and the reason that they can have these be white is because they are kind of hidden in the tree hollows, and so they're already pretty protected from predators, so they don't need to use any camouflage or anything like that. We also have a picture of one of the baby southern ground hornbills. So they develop their red color later in life, but when they're adolescents or juveniles, they are very brown, and they're really cute. So,
hey y'all, we're here in Owl Forest, and we're going to be talking about the barn owl, which you can probably hear in the background because it's going a little crazy. This is a barn owl egg, and you may notice some things about it that are quite different from the other eggs that we've looked at today. One of the main differences is how round it is. That's because the barn owls aren't afraid of the eggs falling out of the nest, because they usually hide in cavities like tree holes in the trees, or in other places. Sometimes they'll even invade your attic and live up there. But they always lay their eggs in a nice safe spot where it won't roll away or be discovered by predators. Barn owls, like these guys, can go back to the same nesting spot for generations. So if their grandmothers laid their eggs there, then sometimes they'll come back to the same spot.